At the young age, I wasn't mentally there. Now, over a period of time, I woke up, she woke me up, just by looking at me. And I could tell that same protection that I didn't want to give up, she looked to me for.
So when he turned 18, he moved out of his grandmother's house and he bought his first house. He came and he moved closer to me.
I always wanted a big family.
I remember being scared. Like, I knew I didn't start my period. I didn't take a pregnancy test, but I knew that something wasn't right. So I told him immediately, and we went and got a pregnancy test together. And, I found out that I was pregnant at his house.
She was afraid to tell me, but she was afraid to tell her mom also.
I wasn't very keen on the idea of her, being in a relationship, having a baby, being with anyone.
Initially, I was excited. I was like, what? Like, for real? I was ecstatic.
I was scared. At first, I, didn't want to have the baby. I was still in high school. I was only 17 years old, and I was afraid to tell my parents.
I had a lot of emotions going on inside. I was happy, and I knew she was so young and he was so young, and it was like a funeral almost. My baby, losing my child, and
he talked me out of having an abortion and just told me that everything was going to be okay, and that he would take care of me and we would get through this together.
It's not a problem. Y'all are making this a problem. This is not a problem. This is, life.
Initially finding out, it wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but at the same time, I wanted to let her know I was in her corner, to be there for her, to make sure that everything goes the right way.
At the particular time, I didn't know what we were having, what the sex was, whether it was male or female. So the first verse I wrote was, if it were a male, a boy. And the second verse was, if it were a girl. And I don't remember the lyrics at all, but I do remember, saying how I would be as a father to them.
He was, rapping about a song, and he was talking about his relationship with Paris. And then he was talking about lyrics about his kids. And then, him going through, everything in the fire.
I could see that he went from a young man to an old man quick. More or less, not an old man, but a man that was ready.
At that point, it was easy. It's like, just do it. This is your job. This is your calling. This is your duty. This is who you are. This is who she is. This is what needs to be done.
I think it really opened up another side of Eric that was there, but he had covered in the whole time. Kind of left him vulnerable a little bit, especially when he had that little girl.
Well, the thing that's funny is he, sometimes he says bad words and it's funny to me.
I've seen him be a really, really hot-headed person to kind of mellowing out a little bit.
He also cares about me and my brothers, and yeah, that's it.
In general, daughters need a lot of attention from their father.
Can you tell us a time when you feel like you disappointed your dad?
Oh, I never did. He loves me and I love him.
They're like best friends. They're the same exact person.
She is practically my twin, not just how we look, but our actions.
I want to be a singer
Yeah.
and a professional dancer. I want to sing hip hop.
She makes me laugh, I make her laugh, and we don't even have to do anything. We just chilling.
I like to dance, do flips around the house, and I like to play outside too.
She's just a special little girl, special being. Once you let your daughter go into the world, you can't really protect her anymore. I don't think I'd ever feel like there's a man or a boy out there that's worthy of my daughter. That's just how it is. Now, if that person ended up being like me, then maybe. Of course I was excited because he was a boy. I knew I was having another boy. So I was feeling like a man again. Yeah, got another boy, I love this kid. This kid is awesome, just like his daddy. I just remember him always wanting to play basketball. I taught him how to shoot. And, he would wake up in the morning and just want to go shoot. Like he did that all day. Shoot. He would shoot me out.
He's a great father. I see him as a father. He has 3 kids, of course. And as any father with multiple kids, you understand that you can't be the same with all kids. With his older son, he's a disciplinarian because he understands that he perceives it better than he is with his daughter. Sometimes you have to ease up on your little girls. But you're still stern with her, but you still also have to be more understanding with her. Then with his youngest son is more the free spirit like he is. And Victory understands that. He's a family man. It's obvious, you see. He coaches his kids. He's a family guy.
He has a basketball team that he coaches, and with everything that he has going on, he still finds the time to make sure he's there for those children.
Kids that are on the basketball team, they really look up to him. Kids absorb so much so fast.
I'm grateful that I have a dad and a mom. And I'm grateful that I have a brother and a sister and a family. And I'm also grateful for a roof over my head. That I have clean clothes and things to eat. Every night he comes here, he'll say goodnight to me. He'll kiss me on the cheek and then say he loves me. He's just a great dad in general. He does everything great. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be alive.
He was very protective. He just wanted to make sure that his son was okay and that I was okay. He was more family oriented. He was very into family and very much so into being there. He wanted to see everything. He didn't want to miss anything.
To me, like when I'm a parent, I kind of look at some of the things that he did, and that helps me because, I have 7 kids, so 7 kids is kind of rough, but
he actually surprised me. He was up at the hospital when I had my firstborn, just patting me on my back, telling me, you got it, go on in there, you can do it, you got it, just giving me a heads up, and it just showed me a lot, just him he didn't have to come up to the hospital, that's something I'll never forget.
He was pretty much perfect at that time.